The card visually changes. The bands impossibly link. The pen vanishes and the cigarette floats. The band is torn in two and then restored. The coins visually move to the corner. Hey, how's it going everybody? Oscar Owen here, and in this video I've compiled my favourite visual tricks that I've taught on this channel. There are coin, pen, card, rubber band and ring tricks all packed into this video, so if you're ready, let's go to the table and start learning. The magician takes a coin and puts it onto the table. He begins to rub it. He keeps rubbing it and slowly raises his hand, and the coin goes through the table. This is a very simple effect to do. All you need is a single coin. Place the coin onto the table, and as you rub it, drag it backwards using the palm of your hand under the cover of rubbing the coin. The coin will fall off the table if you keep doing this. Simply rub the coin and push it backwards at the same time. Once the coin falls off the back of the table, keep rubbing and then slowly lift your hand to show that the coin has disappeared. The magician visually changes the top card. This is called the Erdnase change. Use your palm to push forward the top card as shown. This will reveal the card below. Then use the base of your hand to pull back the bottom card. This will cause it to slide out the pack. Now push it over the top card using your palm. This will create the illusion that the top card has changed. You need to practice this move for a little while before you can perform it. If you are interested in learning incredible card tricks including flourishes, cuts, shuffles and more, and tricks that are just too good to reveal on YouTube, then check out my magic card course in the first link in the description below. The course contains some of the best tricks ever created and will give you the ability to walk into a room and impress anybody that you like. So go and check out Card Magic Pro in the first link in the description. The magician takes a pen and vanishes it instantly. This trick requires you to lap the pen. Practice slamming both hands together in a clapping motion. Whilst you do this, move your hand backwards and quickly release pressure on the pen. This will cause the pen to fall backwards and down onto your lap. Make sure you don't move your hands all the way backwards, or it will become obvious what you are doing. Instead, begin with your hands close to the edge of the table, so that you only have to move them slightly to lap the pen. This is the coin matrix. The magician shows 4 coins, and 1 coin jumps position. The second coin then suddenly jumps position, and finally the third coin jumps to the corner. The magician shows his hands clean. In order to do this trick, you'll need 4 coins and an extra coin. You can hide the extra coin by turning your hand over, because from the spectator's point of view, they won't see it. Use the palm of your hand to drag this coin to the top right hand corner. Deposit the coin there, and then at the same time use your other hand to drag the coin on the bottom right hand corner backwards. This will look as if the coin has just visually jumped places. Now use your left hand to deposit the coin with the other 2. At the same time, drag the bottom left hand coin away with your other hand. Finally do the same thing with the last coin, and it will look as if all 4 coins have visually jumped to the corner. You can hide the coin and apparently show both hands empty, by very closely turning your hand over the coin, and the spectator won't be able to see that you're hiding a coin under your hand. Also, make sure that all the coins are the same way up, so all the heads or tails of the coins face the same direction. Here is a recap of the trick. The card disappears into thin air. This trick requires you to place a magnet on the back of the card. You can use blue tack or glue. You can also use a magnet attached to an elastic thread. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get one of these, or you can make it yourself. The magnet will stick to the card. Clip the elastic to your shirt using a safety pin. When you let the card go, it will fire back and appear to vanish visually. The magician displays 2 rubber bands. He presses down on one rubber band and links it with the other. He then unlinks the bands. Everything can be examined. This trick requires 2 rubber bands. Pull the rubber bands between your fingers. You then need to twist the bands around each other as shown. This will create the illusion that you have just 2 bands in your hand, when in reality they are twisted round each other. When you release your middle finger, part of the band untwists and it looks as if the bands have linked. Release your other finger and both bands will fully unlink. The magician takes a rubber band, visually splits it, and then restores it. Take a single rubber band and place it onto your thumb. Place your middle finger and first finger on top of the band. Come in with your other hand and stretch the band with your other thumb and first 2 fingers, and then move them on top of your other hand as shown. Now use your first finger to pull back on the band. Do the same with your other hand. When you move your hands apart, it will look as if the bands have split. Practice this move often, and eventually it will take less than a second to get into. The magician takes a cigarette and floats it in between his hands. Everything can be inspected.
This trick requires you to use invisible thread. This is a small piece of black thread that's elasticated and can go around your hand, and it's so small that no one can see it. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can buy some. Have this thread going around your hand and then move it so it's going around your first 4 fingers. Now take a cigarette and hold it in this position here. The thread is around these 4 fingers, so simply reach under, and this basically produces a base for the cigarette to rest on. Then all you need to do is balance the cigarette onto the thread, and it will create the illusion that the cigarette is floating. The cigarette multiplies. Have 2 cigarettes. Place one in a finger palm in this position here, and make sure the orange bit is closest to your middle finger. Then show the other cigarette and make sure the orange bit is facing the same way as your palm cigarette. You can show this cigarette around very cleanly. You can even show this hand as well because they can't see the cigarette because of its palm position. And then simply come over and bring this hand on top of the cigarette and pretend to produce 2.
Thanks so much for watching, and remember to check out Card Magic Pro in the first link in the description if you're looking to learn tricks that I'll never teach on this channel just because they're too good. I'll see you in the next video.